All right, folks, here we are. It's time for the Kraken Track Decide Your Ride. You guys have decided. I've done the Kraken. Now all we got to do is put them down the track. 31 brave drivers have decided to jump in and drive an untested car. None of these are lubed. They're all stock right out of the package. So I'm going to do a quick chip draw off camera and we'll get the racing started. Be right back. All right, and here's your official lineup after the chip draw. Cars on the far side are the left lane, close to you is the right lane, and this is the order in which we'll run them. Every pairing will have a 2-race switch lanes, and the fastest time of the 2 runs moves on. That loser goes home. First up, we've got the Cadillac 16 being driven by RC Addicts. And I hope I get this right, but Otro Tipo 6736 and Dog Squad Racing, all driving the Cadillac, taking on lobotomy scam in the Rise and Climb. Both of these have kind of different wheels. Got bling wheels on the Cadillac and those special Hot Wheels 50 wheels on the Rise and Climb. So let's find out if they're fast. It's like the Cadillac 16, 2.239 to 2.313. So 239 is the time to beat. Yeah, Rise and Climb's got a big hill to climb if he wants to beat that 239. Let's see if he's got it. Cadillac in the left lane, 2256 to a 2311. Cadillac moving on. Second race, we've got that gray Mercedes 500E that nobody picked, going up against the way too fast maroon from the year 2000. That's going to be driven by 3 different guys. We've got Southern Diecast Challenge, Mothman Diecast Racing, and DXP Diecast Racing, all fitting in that little cab. Let's go. Oh, that was close, but it looks like the Mercedes. 2153 to a 2158. So 153 is the time to beat. That Mercedes is a little bit of a surprise. Both of them ran really well. Anytime you get around the 150s and below, they're worth looking at for racing. So let's see if that Mercedes can hold off or if the way too fast is going to take them this time. 153 is the time to beat. Like the Mercedes out front again, and he takes it 155 to 158. Unpicked Mercedes moving on. Now we've got that Ferrari, which is the second and only other unpicked car in this competition, taking on the Ravager ST picked by Ralph's Racing. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really curious to see how this Ferrari runs. I haven't seen any of them run yet, and I'm just hoping it's fast. If you haven't seen it, scroll back through my past videos where I ran a whole bunch of my old Ferraris from my collection. It's a fun video to watch. Here we go. Not bad, but the Ravager's out front. 122. That's an outstanding time. 186 is not bad either, but wow. 122 unlubed. That's a great time. Well, the Ravager is definitely going to get a shot at the case after this competition. All right, 122 is time to beat for the Ferrari if he wants to move on. Not going to happen. Ravager stays out front with a 124. Ferrari did get faster with a 171, but not nearly enough. In the left lane, we've got that Mercedes 560 picked by Grateful Sam. A nice wide body Mercedes, looking good. And in the right lane, we have a way too fast, the purple one, picked by Craigster Sr., Abby Normal, and Joshua Barbre. I hope I got that right, Joshua. All right, here we go. Way too fast. It was way too fast that time. 137, that's a good time, to 273. Ooh, it's going to be tough. Looks like the gray Mercedes was the one to pick if you were going to pick a Mercedes, but We'll give her one more shot. Lanes are swapped. Way too fast, way out fat. What a 131. That's another good time. And now we've got Diecast Shepherd and Steel City Mafia joining forces in that Dixie Challenger to take on Kirky G in the Something Funny Mustang funny car. I thought there'd be more than one guy picking that funny car, but so far Kirky G's the only brave soul. I've seen some fast ones out there of that funny car. We'll find out if this is one of them or not. No, sir, it was not. But then again, it was. It's just the Dixie Challenger was that much faster. 115. Outstanding to a 165. Well, these are no slouches. Well, that 115 is going to be tough for anybody to beat in this competition. That might be your car to beat right there. $108. Wow. To a 2,170, which is not bad either. Most of the stock cars, when I break them out of the blister, will run 220, 230, 240. Not down in the low teens. Now we've got another fairly popular pick, that 97 Corvette, being driven by Dad from Elevation Diecast Racing, Zizzer Prime, and Mark D of Cut Rocker Racing. They're going up against the Porsche 904, driven by A1H and D. Here we go. This could go either way. I've seen those Corvettes fast, I've seen them slow, and I've seen some really fast Porsche 904s. So let's see. Oh, the Porsche was out front. He got drove around. 2.127 to a 2.215. Another good time. And I'm seeing a really good Final Four shaping up here with the times I'm seeing out of some of these cars. And we've got more to go yet. So. There it is, Corvette again. 2.115, getting faster. So did the Porsche at 2.201, but not fast enough. And now for the most popular ride in the competition, the orange Way Too Fast. That's being driven by Dennis Taylor, Papa E, Bugwood Diecast Racing, Mystic Archives, Charlie CI5ZN. I'm just going to call you Charlie from this point forward. Chase Family Racing and Dutch Clutch Racing. Going up against the Corvette Grand Sport with the 50 wheels. That's also being driven by three guys. We've got NZ Racing, Doc Casson 9793, and Edwin Hernandez all driving that Corvette. So we got a total of about 10 drivers in these two cars. This should be good. There's some tough times to beat. Let's see who's going to be fast. Wow, Corvette was out front, but the Way Too Fast reeled him in and passed him. A 140 to a 208. So a 2.148 is the time to beat. A 148, not a 140, like I said earlier. So if the Corvette wants to move on, he's got to beat the Way Too Fast with a better than 2.148. Out front again, drove around again. 2.131 this time to a 2.198. Way Too Fast is getting faster. Now we've got a battle of the Larrys. We got Larry Stipe in the Viper SRT and Larry Henry in the Nova Wagon Gasser. I'm really curious to see how fast that Gasser is, because I have another one that used to run some really good times, so that might be a fast car, but I've had some duds too. Which Larry is going to win? Gasser way out in front by a bus length. 107. Yep, that is another fast Gasser. 153 is nothing wrong with that. But man, not going to touch a 107. I didn't think anything was going to be able to keep up with that Ravager, but we just found one. Gasser again. Was a little closer this time. 111 to a 160. Gasser moving on. And there you have it for round one. Here's your winners. And over here is your losers going home, putting them back on the trailer. But thank you everybody for participating. I hope you had fun. There's some fast cars in that losing pile that are definitely going to get some attention from me. Not like the usual 220s, 230s, 240s that you get out of a blister pop. So one of those will definitely head for the speed shop, as will these. So let's get some numbers drawn and line them up for round two. And we're back for round two quarterfinals. This is the pairings that the chip draw came up with. You got the Mercedes against the Dixie Challenger, a couple of Way Too Fast, Gasser and a Corvette, Cadillac and a Ravager. Let's get going. Dixie Challenger in the right lane, taking on the Mercedes in the left. Let's go. Like Dixie Challenger, 108, another great time versus a 160. Lanes are swapped and the miracle time is a 108 for that Mercedes. Not gonna happen. Dixie Challenger runs on through 103. Wow. To a 2.152. Are we gonna see a 2.0 something before this is over? That would be crazy. Battle of the Way Too Fast. We got a cast of thousands in that orange one versus a cast of half a thousand in the purple one. Battle of the Way Too Fast. We got a whole lot of guys riding in this one, so let's see who's coming out on top. Wow, it's like the orange one. The purple one was coming up fast, but ran out of real estate. 131 to a 134. That was close. Lanes are swapped. 131 is the time to beat. Oh, looks like the purple one that time. Did he get it? 123 to a 123. By unknown 10 thousandths, the purple one beats the orange one. Wow, what a race. Another big battle to keep you on the edge of your seat. We got that Nova Wagon Gasser against that 97 Corvette. They're both fast. It's like the Nova Wagon Gasser. 2.106. Wow, to a 2.109. Holy wow. So just for reference for some of you guys who know the track times, this track runs about 15,000 slower than David's track at Elevation Diecast Racing. So with the Back to the Basics stock race that he just ran this weekend, either one of these two cars would have took out over half of the field, and they're unlubed. That's crazy. There goes the Gasser with a 109 to a 114. So the Gasser parks the Corvette. Last race of the round. I think this one is more just a formality to make it official. I don't think that Cadillac has anything for that Ravager, but let's find out. Maybe they put a better tune in it between rounds. Yeah, couple of bus lengths. 127 to a 256 or 258. Going back to what I was saying before, if you adjust these times to David's track, some of these cars would be running in high 80s, low 90s, 08, 09. If you haven't checked it out, get out to Elevation Diecast Racing. He's got some great videos he posted this weekend with stock and modified racing. Go check it out. And here we go. Last run of the finals, quarterfinals. And a Ravager with a 118 to a 255. And here's your winners from the quarterfinals. Dixie Challenger, Way Too Fast, Nova Gasser Wagon, and the Ravager. And your losers, the Mercedes, Way Too Fast, Corvette, and a Cadillac. All heading for the trailer. Let's get the chips drawn. Down to 4 cars, and here's the first pair. Got the Dixie Challenger in the left lane versus the purple Way Too Fast 2009 edition in the right. It's like the Dixie Challenger 2.100 on the verge of breaking into the 2.0 range. So that'd be like a 285 on elevations track to a 133. Lanes are swapped. That way too fast needs a miracle. 2.100 to beat. Dixie Challenger all the way. A couple of cars. 2.102 to a 2.139. So Dixie Challenger goes to the finals. And way too fast. We get in line to race for third and fourth. And here's our next pair. Nova Gasser taking on the Ravager ST. And I'll reintroduce the drivers when we get to the finals and the race for third and fourth. It's like the Gasser wagon. 2117 to a 2130 in the left. Lanes are swapped. 117 is the time to beat for that Ravager if he wants to move on. He was catching them, ran out of real estate. 218 for the wagon to a 2126. The wagon goes to the finals. The Ravager goes to race for third and fourth. And here's your race for third and fourth. We got Ralph's Racing in the blue Ravager ST in the left lane, taking on the Way Too Fast final edition, being driven by Craigster Sr., Abby Normal, and Joshua Barbre. Good luck, gentlemen. Wow, Way Too Fast drives around him at the end. 130 to 138. Ravager was out in front. 130 is the time to beat, and we have seen that car go faster than that. So, and he's in the faster lane right now. This could be good. Will he upset him? 130. Out front, he stays there this time. The 116, that's what we saw him run earlier, to 141. Ralph's Racing with the Ravager ST takes third. And here's your final. We got Larry Henry in that Chevy Nova Wagon Gasser taking on Diecast Shepherd and Steel City Mafia in the Dixie Challenger, blue with flames. It's going to be good. Like the wagon out front, 113 to a 117. Looks like the air off that Gasser is slowing down that Dixie Challenger just a little bit. Now 113 is the time to beat. Oh, he gets out front and he stays there with a 112 to a 120. It looks like the Dixie Challenger wins it all. What a great race. Takes it by 1,000th. So, congratulations goes out to Diecast Shepherd and Steel City Mafia in that Dixie Challenger, beating Larry Henry in the Chevy Nova Wagon Gasser. Great racing. I'd definitely love to do a video right now on racing for the case, but I've got to get my next No Time Kings racing done. So, I'll probably get back in a week or two if I can and run that for you. I'll show you the results of these guys taking on the case. So, thanks to all of you guys who entered, even all you guys who got sent to the trailer, especially the ones that got sent early. But I still hope you had fun, and we'll be doing a lot more of this. So stick around, like and subscribe. Pass this on to all your friends. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.